Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl D Dunn Elizabeth, and today I'm going to give you a video explaining everything that has changed for me after losing 154 pounds. And if you follow me on Twitter, today I posted some pictures and so many people think it's fake, and I'm like, y'all don't know the real. And if y'all want receipts, come to this channel because I keeps receipts, baby. But at the end of the day, people gonna have their own perceptions of you to the day that you die. So that's why you gotta be strong and believing in yourself, strong and believing who you are, and your biggest supporter, your biggest cheerleader. So with that being said, you go done. Period. So with that being said, let's get to this video. Okay, so first things first, I feel like the obvious is that I'm more physical now. Like, I'm able to do way more than I have ever been able to do. Well, I can't even say that because growing up in middle school, I always used to play sports. I played basketball, I played volleyball. So I was always physical. I always ran. I always was like, moving around a lot. And that was like every day. Like every day since I was in the 7th grade, I've been playing sports. I played volleyball up until my junior year in high school. So I was always active. But like when I say I'm more physical now, it's like the more physical that I wanted to be. Like I wanted to be able to lift weights and like have endurance, because like I remember when I used to be at basketball practice, and my coach used to say everybody got to hit the baseline, be able to hit the baseline in a certain amount of time. And I remember always being the last one to hit the baseline. Don't mean that I ain't never used to get there. I always would get there, but I would always be the last one. And I always want to not be the last one. I always wanted to be able to keep up and be up to speed with everyone else. And that used to really irritate me that I couldn't be up to speed and I couldn't be as fast as other people. And I always said, I'm going to be a track star. One day I was sitting in the beauty shop and I was watching TV and I said, Mama, I want to be a track star. Knowing that I probably would not be a track star, but like just the want to be faster, like have endurance, be able to run for long periods of time and not be tired, not be wore out. That's what I wanted. And like now I can run 1 mile without being tired. I can run 3 miles without stopping. And I remember the very first week that I started working out, I started off my workout with a 1-minute walk, and then at the end of my workout I would try to jog for 1 minute. And the first time I did it, I jogged for 1 minute, y'all. I literally was about to pass out. I barely could make the 1 minute, and that just kind of gave me that drive. Like it gave me that motivation to be like, okay, I can definitely get to where I want to be if I keep trying, I keep pushing myself, just taking it step by step. I didn't say, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna try to run 5 minutes when I knew I could barely run 1. The next time I just kept running 1 minute until it got easy. Once it got easy, I started doing 1.5 minutes, and so on and so on. I just worked my way up to be able to run 5 minutes straight, 10 minutes straight, and just keep going until I reach those goals that I set for myself. And so now, like, I'm able to do so much. Like, I'm squatting 70 pounds on each side, but on the Smith machine, not a free bar. I'm doing 80 pounds on each side with a hip thrust. I'm able to run a mile, run 3 miles. I'm able to do hit cardio. Like, I'm able to do more. I'm able to jump. I'm able to squat. I'm able to lift heavy and just show myself how strong I am each and every day. And I feel like that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. That's what keeps me alive. Like, I'm loving seeing myself grow and push and be stronger and stronger every day that I can. Any way that I can improve myself, become a better me, whether that's physically, mentally, I'm doing that. And that's always what I envision for myself. And just being on this weight loss journey has helped me see my vision in my life clearly, so just being more physical has really opened my eyes to a lot, because I will never stop being like finding new ways for me to get stronger. I will never stop doing exercises that challenge me. Like if it's an exercise that I know will help me tired, I would want to do it because I want to see how far I can go, how strong, how strong I am, how hard I can push my body. And that's when I really find out my true inner strength, which I didn't know before. I didn't know how strong I was before. I was just kind of going with the flow. So yes, the one is being more physical, and I really, really appreciate that about myself. So the second thing is I'm very open to trying new things now as far as food. Literally, when I was a young girl, I would eat the same things. Like, y'all be surprised, I didn't eat brownies. I rarely ate vegetables. Like, I like corn and sweet peas. I didn't eat broccoli. I refused to eat broccoli. Like, couldn't nobody force me to eat broccoli because it stunk so bad. Like, I can't eat food that don't smell good. And so, like, now when I eat broccoli, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is so good. Like, I eat broccoli, I eat Brussels sprouts, I eat asparagus, I eat cabbage. You can pay me to eat no cabbage, and I eat all those types of foods. Like, now my variety, like, I'm able to eat different things and try different things and not be afraid to try different things. And I feel like that was a big stage because I was so picky growing up. Like, literally everywhere I went, I would get a burger and fries. You couldn't pay me to get nothing else. A burger and fries with meat, cheese, and mayonnaise. And then eventually I wanted some bacon, but I wouldn't even get lettuce and tomatoes on my burger. And on my pizza, hamburger. Now, baby, give me supreme. I want onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, tomatoes. I want garlic on my pizza. And I would never eat that before. Like, I would have never, nobody couldn't pay me to even try it. I'd be like, ugh, I don't want it, you know? So just being able to try different things and try new things now has opened to my eyes, like, how much I've missed out. Like, now I feel like I missed out on a lot. Because, like, now I love brownies. And my mom used to make brownies growing up all the time. And I would never eat them just because I just wasn't a fan of chocolate. Like, you couldn't pay me to eat chocolate ice cream. Now, every dessert that I have is chocolate. I got brownies, chocolate yogurt bars. Everything is, like, yogurt chocolate, you know? So that's one thing that I like to have changed about me. I'm able to try different things and not be afraid to, you know, venture out with my foods and my taste. Like, I can go to different restaurants now and don't just get a burger. So now I'm able to go to different restaurants and not just eat the same thing all over. Right. Number 3, baby. When I was younger, I was in middle school, I said, why my breasts not big like everybody else? Like, it was girls walking around with big old chi-chis. And I'm like, mama, why is my breast not big? I was in the 6th grade and I really barely had a chest. Like, my chest is kind of like how it is now. I didn't have a chest at all. So this girl that I used to go to elementary with, I said, girl, how's your breast so big? She was like, girl, you need to rub on them. She was like, just rub on them and they gonna get big. So that's what I started doing every day. I started rubbing on them. And next thing you know, I had titties out the book, baby. Them titties was big. And I never, like, I always used to be like, oh, like, my titties too big. I used to wear a 42H, you guys, a 42H. And a lot of people ask, did I get breast reduction? I'm like, no, like, they disappeared on their own. So that's one thing that changed. Like, my titties are gone. And I really don't even know what size I wear now, so because it's the pandemic, so I really, like, haven't got size to, like, a good bra because I have, like, kind of loose skin, so I have to, like, have something that will fit all the extra stuff in. But I'm, like, at least at, like, a C or a D right now. Not even a D. Like, I probably could fit in a C or, yeah, like a C or a D, around that number. And I went from a 42H, and they just disappeared. Like, a lot of people say that your breast is, like, your body fat. So, like, my body fat is like 21% now, so I could see why they just disappeared. But I never thought that they would just disappear like that, because I always, like, throughout, ever since I was after 6th grade, I had big breasts for those years, for a long time, and I never expected to just not have breasts no more. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. I really have changed my mindset about a lot of things, like just life in general. And I feel like this was before, I feel like I just never had a really clear mindset on anything in life. Like, now that I look back at things and, like, how I see things now, I really figure out that I didn't see a lot of things clearly. Like, I didn't see my life and my vision for myself. Like, I didn't see it clear at all. I was clearly just going with the flow. And when way before I started my weight loss journey, I knew that I had to change my mindset, because I used to be so sad. Like, I used to be sad, and I'm like, people always talking about me. I don't see nothing wrong with myself. So, like, why are people talking about me? I just didn't understand. And so, and I spent so much time trying to understand why people didn't, people talked about me, instead of understand why did I care. Like, I spent too much time worrying about what they was talking about, instead of worrying about why did I care so much? Like, why did people's perception of me always bother me? And that's when I realized that I had to really work on myself, because People will literally talk about you every single day, whether you big or you small. I posted pictures when I was big, they was talking about me. I posted pictures when I'm small, they talking about me. Like, either way it go, people are going to talk about you regardless, but you have to be able to change your perception and realize that what they say do not matter. It doesn't change who you are as a person. It never will change who you are as a person. But at the end of the day, you have to be okay with what you see in the mirror. I had to tell myself, when I wake up in the morning, I wash my face and I wash my ass. I wash my own ass. So with that being said, as long as I accept me and I love what I see in the mirror, that's all that matters. That's all that should matter, because you're not here on this earth to please everybody else. And that's something that I had to learn before I could even change my body, because many times I tried to lose weight just to please other people, just to get attention from boys, because my friends would get all the attention. I'm like, damn, what about me? But I realized that attention was not needed. Like, now I get so many attention from men, and I'm like, this what I wanted? No, that's not what I wanted at all. Like, they can keep it. Literally, y'all can keep it. But I used to try to lose weight so that I could, like, get acceptance from others. And that's why it never worked. Like, I would try to lose weight, keep trying, and I would never follow through with it, because I knew, like, deep down, I wasn't doing it for myself. I was doing it for other people and what other people had to say, and that's why I could never reach my goals. And once I found it in myself that I wanted to be okay with what I saw in the mirror, I started to practice self-love, like self-talk. I would do positive self-talks every single day. I would go in the mirror, stand in the mirror, and say, "Done, you're beautiful." When what everybody else says does not matter, it will not matter. And when you're dead, they still gonna talk about you. So I had to, like, nail that in my brain every single day until I was able to actually accept what I saw in the mirror. And, like, once I started feeling myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm a baby. You know, like, I had to really hammer that in my brain that you have to love yourself in a way that nobody else can. And once you're able to do that, anything that come your way that's disrespectful, that you feel like is not worth your time, you will ignore it. Like, you will literally block it all out. And so that started my weight loss journey, being able to change my mindset on how I saw myself and how I accepted myself then. And if it wasn't for me realizing that I had to accept the body that I had, accept and love what I was then, I wouldn't be able to get to where I am now. And that's why I appreciate the patience of me changing my mindset. And, like, now I just changed my mindset about anything. Like, I'm learning to, like, everything is more about patience and consistency. Like, to achieve anything in life, you have to take your time. Stuff don't come tomorrow. Stuff takes time. And that's what I had to realize. I changed my mindset on eating. I changed my mindset on, just self-love, like being your biggest supporter. I changed my mindset on weight loss in general. Like, it's so many things that I had to change about myself. And I realized that in order to change your body, you have to change your mind. Your body won't go where your mind won't take you. And when I read that quote, I said, you know what, that is 100% right, because so many times I have tried to take my body to a place that I didn't even allow my mind to be fully okay with. Like, you can't tell yourself you're going to do this when your mind is not actually okay with the process that you're finna go through. Like, you have to mentally prepare yourself for things, emotionally prepare yourself for things, because before I went on my journey, Cam told me, he said, before you go on a journey, a lot of mental and emotional things will come to the surface. And it definitely did. And I had to be very ready for that. Like, it was times where I would just cry, because it's like things that I thought I dealt with a long time ago, I hadn't. And so that's why I feel like a lot of people need to address those demons, address those insecurities, address those, address that self-consciousness, all that. You need to address that now before you go on your weight loss journey, because if you don't address it now, it will only eat you up later on in life, okay? So the last thing that changed is my energy levels. I literally used to be so tired. Like, when I would walk, I would be exhausted, and I hated that about myself. Like, I hated not being able to walk for a long time and go out and do things without feeling out of breath. And when it get real hot, I'll be out sweaty and stuff, tired, out of breath, and I'm like, man, I can't be like this. I don't want to be tired all the time. And so, like, now I can wake up in the morning and get everything that I have to get done throughout the day. Like, it would take me forever to do my homework back then. Like, if y'all see my grades when I first started college, I had D's, C's, and, like, now I literally make all A's with the E's. If I make a B, it's because somebody was hating on the bitch, okay? It's because somebody was hating on me. So just the energy level that my, you know, that my weight loss journey has provided me is something that I would never give up. Like, just being on a weight loss journey has changed a lot for me, y'all. And I can go on and on, but I'm going to just leave it at that. So these are just a couple of things that have changed when I lost my weight. And I encourage you guys to find yourself now before you go on a weight loss journey, because that mental and emotional, it will eat you up. Like, literally, it will eat you up. And find yourself now, accept yourself now, love yourself now before you take yourself on this long emotional mental journey, because it doesn't happen tomorrow. It's a process. And I can honestly say that I'm a living witness. It's a process. It's a mental process. You have to learn how to love yourself throughout the journey. You know, learn to love yourself now, so then when you go through the journey, you just, you know, growing on it, like expounding on loving yourself more and more as you go. But if you go into the weight loss journey looking for a way to find self-love, it's so hard and it's so draining on your body. Like, you're exerting so much energy, you putting in time and effort that you have never put in before. Like, the last thing you need is mental exhaustion. And I feel like that's a lot of things that I experience, like mental exhaustion, like just being tired and want to give up because I didn't fully prepare myself for the change that I was trying to make. But as time kept going, as time kept prevailing, I realized that I'm changing my life, I'm changing my body, and every single day I'm changing my mind to be, you know, to be successful. I'm changing my mind to be accepting to things that come my way, accepting to the mental and emotional barriers that my mind might throw at me, you know, and just not trying to ignore it, not trying to fight it off, just accepting what it is and just keep moving. So with that being said, that's just some little motivation. And come back and mix with your girl. Like, don't forget the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I have so much in store for you guys. And so with that being said, peace out.